Sports On. Welcome back to another great episode of the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Because you know I am the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King, week 24 without football.
Ooh, Tim Dog from Be More Careful training camp already started for a lot of teams.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time ever checking us out. This is how we always start our podcast off. We always got to ask the brothers, how was the day? Pharaoh, how was your day, my brother?
I got to say, woke up, everything's good. I would like to share this though. I know this is not HIPAA, but yesterday we had some older gentlemen get some penile implants done. Man, that was a very interesting procedure, to say the least. All I know is there gonna be some happy men. It's weird how it works, but your ball sack is where the pump is. Squid, 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 you know what I'm saying? So it works to a certain degree. Then you push it again, and it releases the air. So you're good to go. Just so you know out there, people, there is hope for other men or older men. These two men were like 70 plus years old, and there's hope. That's all I gotta say. Very interesting. I see y'all's face like, what the fuck?
Okay. Well, your day, hey,
I gotta charge up my air pump. Hold on.
That was just an interesting day, man. I was like, everybody in the whole doggone OR was like, okay, here we go.
All right. Yeah. That's a hell of a day. But thank you for that information.
Hey, man. A little bit of knowledge. There's hope for. Well, basically, what happened was the guy the rep said at certain ages the pills don't work anymore.
But
okay. Hello, brother. All right.
The pills don't work. So this is the next best thing. How to keep it moving. And I will say, I will share this. One of the soldiers said their grandmother was very happy when his grandfather got it. She said it was better than before. So, hey.
All right. Tim Dog, how was your day? Can you top that? Shit.
No, can't say I can top that, but I can come close.
That's what they were saying. That's why they got it.
Okay.
Man.
How was your day, Tim Dog?
Man, my day was good up until now. And I'm like, well, dang. Maybe there is hope.
Yeah. There is hope. Oh, man. So,
no, my day was cool. It's always good when I can get up and enjoy with my mom. And we were talking about that today, how the times when I'm here, time goes by so fast. And when I'm not here, and we always talk about getting together, it takes so long for it to happen.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how when you go on vacation, not just say now, but anytime when you're on vacation, you're like, ooh, can't wait for it to come. Then when it comes, it'd be 2-3 weeks. Them 3 weeks seem like 2 days. And you're like, dang. Yeah. So I'm enjoying every moment of this because I know tomorrow I'll be like, damn, it's time for me to leave.
Yeah. Well, I hear what you're saying, my brother, man. Keep enjoying yourself down there, man. Enjoy your mother while you have the chance to. I truly understand where you're coming from. As for me, man, my day went well. It's Wednesday. 2 more days closer to Friday. That's all I can say. Shit. It's just ready for the beat to be over. God damn, just ready for it to be over. I need to go play the damn numbers so I can hit this goddamn lottery.
Oh, who you
telling? Mega Millions, 600 billion.
Yeah. Damn. I don't need all 6. I just need 3 of that bitch, and I'll be all right. Just give me 3.
No.
Oh yeah.
Hey, all I want is the 5 numbers and the power play. Whatever the power play is, and the 5 numbers. I don't need all that other whatever.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how our day went. Hey, let us know how your day went. Hit us in the comments. But my brothers, man, we got an interesting day. Not interesting day. We got an interesting
show
topics. Yeah, interesting show topics. Of course, y'all know how we're gonna start it off. It went down, and it went down the way that the man on the street wanted it to go down.
Breaking news out of the NBA. LeBron James is taking his talents to Philadelphia. It's a 2-year deal worth $8 million including a player option in the second season. That's according to ESPN. This news coming less than a month after Philly acquired 5-time All-Star Jaylen Brown from the Celtics. It will now be the 4th team that LeBron plays for in his career. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer and has won a championship at every stop so far. That includes Miami, Cleveland, and Los Angeles.
Yes, fellas, this is his 4th team, and of course, championships needs to follow LeBron. I was following. Hopefully, they'll follow with my goddamn Sixers. But that being said, coming to you first, Pharaoh. Yes, LeBron choosing the 76ers to make Philadelphia the clear favorite to win the Eastern Conference next year.
No, Miami. To me, Miami is possibly going to be the team to watch out for. And I only say that because 76ers, you have he might be 20-something points a game, but who's going to get the ball the most? They got too many people that need the ball. You got Embiid, if he can stay healthy. You got Maxey, who controls the point. Now, what are you going to do with LeBron? You'll have I forget the other dude, the one that's like 17 points a game. He's up and coming. And there's not enough basketballs for that team right now. Plus, man. You have a very an aging team other than maybe Maxey being one of the youngest. And then you got Jaylen Brown. Like you can have too much going on there. It's going to be, to me, it kind of reminds me of our Brooklyn Nets. They couldn't stay on the court together. That's why they didn't get anything done. But I do believe Miami Heat is possibly going to be that team that's going to give. I wouldn't even say New York. I think New York is done. So I don't even think they're going to be a problem. We're not worried about Boston. So yeah, I think Miami's probably the team that they got to worry about. So
what about you, Tim Dahl?
I don't know. Miami, all they gained was Giannis, and they gave up a lot to get him. And
yeah, but they had a good defense.
Yeah, true. But you need more than that. You need shooters too. And Miami, they have the discipline, and they may have Giannis, but they lost a lot of their 3-point shooting. And at the same time, Philly, they gained MVP, NBA Finals MVP. They have Maxey. They got that boy Edgecombe, who's up and coming. I guess that's
that's the one.
Yeah, and right now LeBron, $8 million. He's not making. I mean, he's not there for the money. And then he proved last season that he can play without being the top scorer. He was there to lead this person. So to me, it's everyone's going to have to adjust, and it's up to the coach to work that out. And like you said, I agree. A lot of people need the ball, but Embiid should be the last person they need to be worried about the ball. Embiid need to worry about getting his game together more so than trying to score and get points. Because, like you said, everybody can shoot, everybody can distribute the ball, but the chemistry, it all comes down to that.
Yeah,
they not even once they got rid of Jaylen Brown, that was it for them.
Yeah, and y'all know I'm a big Sixers fan, and I think when you say there's enough ball, I think LeBron can play the guy that doesn't need the ball. He can do other things. The only person that I'm worried about is Embiid. If Embiid come to play and he come in shape, that's going to be the key, because you already know what Maxey and Brown are going to give you. You know what BJ's going to give you. And LeBron's going to give you whenever somebody else is slacking. It's going to depend on Embiid. For me, the only way that the Sixers can go through the East, or better yet, get out the second damn round. That's my thing. As long as we get out the second round, we can't get out the second round for shit. As long as we get out the second round, that'll be a successful season for me. But of course, it's championship or bust to a lot of people. Because Tim Dahl, at this stage of his career, is LeBron still capable of being the final piece that brings the Sixers a championship? Your thoughts?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I say, he proved it last season with the Lakers. Everyone said, "Oh, he's taking up space," but he was the one distributing the ball as more so, and he started scoring when Luka got hurt. So to me, it's a win-win for Philly. one, they get LeBron James. Two, they don't have to spend a lot of money or give up a lot to get him. $8 million. Come on now. That right there. He said that he's not in it for the money. So he's already changed his mindset of what he wants to do and how he wants to do, well, what he wants to do for Philly. So I'd say Philly is the team, not and New York. Yeah, New York is up in there because remember, they still the champ until they are beaten. You know, they still are the ones to beat. But Miami, no, not this.
Yeah, and just like brother-in-law just said, he's saying Brown got a chip on his shoulder. So with that being said, Pharaoh, adding that piece of LeBron, and like I said, if Embiid, I think Embiid is going to be the focal point of how the season is going to go. If Embiid, like you said, stay healthy, he actually played down like a big man, I think they could go all the way. So is LeBron that missing piece, or you think they need something else?
They need a true point guard. We don't need these fake point guards that they have 3 people that can handle the ball coming up the court. How you instead of somebody that's controlling the flow of the game, AKA or a la, a Chris Paul type of player, what are we talking about? Because I don't want a guy that's going to possibly take a 3 when you don't need it. We don't need, like you said, we don't need Embiid out there on the 3-point line, even though we know the game has drifted toward the 3-point line and work outside in. Jaylen Brown stays outside because he's part of the most threes ever shot on the team. And, and Maxey, who when he comes to play, he's really good. But then again, we don't know if he's going to turn the ball over some of the time down there. Embiid needs to stay on his feet instead of falling down with his legs up in the air like a dead cockroach. They got a lot of stuff going on with Philadelphia, and I want to see them succeed because they used to be one of my favorite teams. Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, and it's not I don't want them to succeed, but I think you didn't go get Father Time to help you win a championship. I don't know how this is going to play out when you have so many people that has to touch the ball. And like I said, we saw the Lakers when they got all those Hall of Fame guys on the team, they still didn't do shit. Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and all them. This is basically what it reminds me of. So,
well, they did get to the championship game, but they lost in the championship.
I know.
That, but that was a lost cause. Like I said, you got there, but you didn't win it. It's just like the 73-9, Golden State. You got there with the best record to lose it. Unless you win that championship, what are we talking about? So this has to be that year, because I don't think LeBron has enough to where he got 2 years. He's going to be 44, possibly if they don't make it this year. What are you going to do with Embiid? Because I'm pretty sure if he gets hurt this year, next year is done. You ain't got no Embiid the following season.
Yeah, and I'm glad you say that because of the fact you brought it up earlier, Pharaoh. How will LeBron fit alongside Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe without taking away from the younger players? Because you brought it up, because you got the young and up and coming players that want to be a star in this league, and bringing in somebody like LeBron, and you still got Embiid who needs the ball. How can they make this a cohesive team without overshadowing, or better yet, shrinking their young stars?
Well, Edgecombe was the one that we was looking at because he's the only one that didn't average 20 points a game. He's averaged like 16.7, 6.9, something like that. And we wanted him up to 20. In the playoffs, right? We wanted him up to 20. And that was without Jaylen Brown and LeBron coming in. So if you're looking at all 5 of those guys starting, that's going to be 25 plus or 20 plus points a game, that's going to be a hard goal to accomplish with what we're talking about when you need Embiid to be the one who's scoring. That's the guy that has to be your scorer. He's the biggest dude out there, and he's the most prominent man on a player on the court. And he has to get his 25 plus in order for you to win the game. He has to.
Tim Dog, your thoughts?
Embiid just have to be disciplined in order for everything to function well. And we all know how he is. When he get tired, give me the ball, clear out, and then he shoot a 3. What the hell is that? That's not a good strategy. You know, I mean, we
Yeah.
see it all the time.
Yeah.
So with LeBron coming and Brown coming, I'm sure that competitiveness is going to be infectious throughout the whole team. You know, that desire to get back and win another one. And with LeBron, like 2 years, yeah, who knows how his health going to be in 2 years, but he's banking on 2 years of doing something. And like a man on the street said earlier, wherever LeBron goes, championships follow. He may not win them, but you know they do follow. And to me, that's just everyone wanting to be at that level, want to be, you know, with LeBron and win another championship because they
well, every place he did win, he won a championship. He didn't win.
Well, he went to the finals his first, but he didn't win shit. So that means that's one out of 4.
But that's his first team. Yeah. He left there, went to Miami, won a championship.
Yeah, so that
went back to Cleveland, won a championship. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Went to LA, won a championship. So every place he went to, he won a championship. So that is true. Now starting his career out, yeah, he went to the ship, but didn't bring it home. Tim Dog, you brought up a good point, man, and I hope you to elaborate a little bit more. Did LeBron select Philadelphia because it gave him the best chance to win one final championship, or because he wanted to finish his career in the Eastern Conference?
I think it's more or less the championship thing. And who knows, maybe, you know, Philly is one of those teams that he admired from afar. And I don't know, but to me, it's the team that probably would give him a better chance of winning another championship without, you know, going over the salary cap or anything like that, or giving up a lot of pieces that could help the team win one if they didn't have it, if that makes any sense. In other words, his salary is $8,000, so they don't have
$8 million.
I'm speaking $8 million. I apologize, $8 million. So that's not going to dip into the salary cap as much as if he was going to make $80 million, which he could probably get from some teams. Yeah. So to me, he lowered that price so that the team can keep the important assets that they need to win a championship and, you know, help out the team. He may not have to be the best scorer, but his presence and competitiveness could be infectious throughout the whole team. And that right there alone is a lot for the team, especially with Embiid and his history of injuries.
Yeah, because you still, even though LeBron is of age, you know, you still could score that ball, and you still have to play him. Your thoughts on that, man? You know, did he went there because given the best chance at winning the championship, or he wanted to get back in the Eastern Conference?
I would say probably both. But with that being said, we said it last season that Philadelphia was a good team. They just fell apart. And you know, because we watched Cleveland. Cleveland, we already know what was going on. Like Rudy Gobert, you ain't gonna get shit with him. I'm sorry. And we didn't even think, you know, what you call it? Celtics was gonna be worth anything. In Miami, we saw they had a tough defense because they gave them all 7 games. They had to go all 7 games to win it. New York. I'm just saying that I do believe Philadelphia is a team that could get over the hump. They just did not have the Embiid we wanted to see, and I'm hoping that LeBron can make Embiid stay around the block instead of dragging his ass out to that arc. I'm hoping that he can see, if you stay down there on the block, we have opportunity. I'd rather you have a good mid-range shot than to come out here and try to shoot threes all the time because your ass is tired. Because I want to keep you from being tired if I can facilitate the ball better in distribution. If we can see that part, then I think there's nothing that can beat Philadelphia because they have too many good pieces. That's 35. And if you can manage the time with those guys, like give Embiid his time to sit down. But once again, like Shaq, you should come into the season ready to play and not play into shape in the season.
And another thing about Embiid is that he's a good free throw shooter. So if he stays in that block and get 10 points and 20 rebounds, more so than 20 points and 10 rebounds, that's better advantage for the team because he's going to get fouled because he's so aggressive in the block.
But when he's tired, he misses no free throws.
There you go. And when you're tired, stay in that block, you're going to get fouled. That's your chance to arrest, stop the clock, and put some points on without exerting a lot of energy.
And y'all know how I feel about Embiid.
There's something else too. Use the shot clock. Everybody runs down to the other side, and they got 24 seconds. They shoot within 4.
Yep.
Use the shot clock to keep yourself from being tired.
But that also comes to coaching. Nick Nurse is a championship coach, so it's not like this is his first rodeo. He handled stars before, but to the caliber of LeBron James, hopefully that'll, like you said, get Embiid, because that is my biggest thing. Embiid, of course, he didn't play his first few years in the NBA because of his foot, but when he wanted to be dominant, he can be dominant. Yeah. But once he won that MVP, it seems though that he took a step back, and y'all know that I can't stand a big man shooting a 3-pointer if you can't shoot them bitches on a highest percent rate, And for Embiid, it seems as though that, like you say, when you get tired, he want to shoot them fucking threes, and then what happens? The Sixers end up losing the goddamn series. Yeah, you don't have to
throwing his hands in the air.
This is the way I see it. You had Kevin Durant and you had Dirk Nowitzki, 6'11" guys shooting the ball, right? And they have high arcs and all that good stuff. When you're 7+ with big ass hands, your opportunities of shooting threes is a lot less. That you get a lower percentage. And I'm like, you're looking at the rim instead of you down there just dropping the ball in.
Yeah.
I could drop the ball in, get fouled, I get 3 points. But I'm out there trying to take a low percentage 3-point shot when I'm already, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
But that's how, like we said, that's how
make it make sense.
Yeah, that's how the NBA went to 3-point. It's analytics. If we can shoot more threes than other people, we're going to win the game. But that being said, Tim Dog, if the 76ers fail to win a championship with this roster, would it be the biggest disappointment in franchise history?
I would say yeah, only because they have a lot of talent. And last season, they had the talent, but they had injuries as well. So that's why I was saying that keeping certain personnel on your team is important. And that's why LeBron, that $8 million is important, because, like I said, you can keep certain players on the team because now you don't have to juggle with the money on the team. And that right there is key to a team's bench. Yeah, LeBron's coming in taking up somebody's spot, but that starter or whoever was in that position can now come off the bench and can still contribute quality time for the team.
And I agree with you on that, because that star probably, that the other person that probably was going to start wasn't giving you the minutes, productive minutes, like a LeBron James. So I agree with you on that point, Tim Dog. Great point. What about you, Farrell? If the Sixers failed to win a championship with this roster, would it be one of the biggest disappointment in franchise history?
I don't know. I won't say that, because they've had a couple good rosters before, and once again the players didn't pan out. I mean, you had what you call it, fumbleitis guy, the beard.
James Harden.
Yeah, you had James Harden. You had Ben Simmons that's supposed to be the next hot thing coming.
And you had PG-13.
Yeah. Paul George, playoff P. I mean, you've had good players that's supposed to get the team over the hump, and they've got to the playoffs. But once again, that first round is a goddamn doozy. I don't know what it is with that first round.
No, we can't get out the second round. They ain't the first, it's the second. We can't get
no,
out
the first round, because the second round they can't do nothing. No. I don't know what happens in the first round where they can't carry it over to the second round. So
we can't get out. It won't be one of the biggest disappointment, because of the fact that this will be the first time that Embiid actually played with all of them played with a really, really superstar like LeBron James.
Yeah,
you brought up a great point on the fact that being a Sixers fan, the 1977 year when we lost to Portland. That shit still hurt to this day. Even though I was 7 years old, I can remember like it was yesterday. Bill Walton was the MVP of that. Then, of course, we won the championship in 1983. The next year, we got bounced. We got bounced. God damn, we got bounced earlier, I think. And that's what Charles Barkley rookie year. And we had Moses Malone. We had
Moses Malone
we
and
had
all them.
Dr. J. We had
They had
Bobby
Dr.
Jones.
J, yeah.
Yeah, we had Bobby Jones. We had Andrew Toney. So, you know, we had great team, like you say, Pharaoh, that's more disappointing to me than anything. In the years that the Sixers were losing to Boston, you know, the year we lost to when Magic, 1980, we lost to Magic, but Magic played center when Kareem got hurt. See, that shit hurt because
even when Allen Iverson and them, you know, going there, you still had that nostalgia of we can do this.
We can do exactly.
But unfortunately, the juggernaut got him. So
yeah. So like I say, with this one with LeBron coming in, I'm looking at they had to play Boston. Exactly, brother. Like I said, those teams were great teams, but they went up against those juggernauts, the LAs, the Bostons. And of course, this is gonna be a juggernaut team, but like you say, it looks good. It all looks good on paper. Great point that you brought up, Pharaoh, the Brooklyn Nets. But can it mesh together once it's time when that ball gets thrown up for them to
notice we never said the New York Knicks. I wish Sean was on here because I'd rub that shit in his eyes like salt, baby.
Well,
I rub it in his eyes like salt. I sure would.
I'm glad you brought that up, man, because somebody else is rubbing some salt. He's rubbing salt in LeBron James' legacy. And I'm talking about no other than Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley was on with Stephen A. Smith, and he reiterated some of the criticism of this LeBron decision as others in the past.
The number one knock on LeBron for older guys like myself has always been, yo, man, you always stacking your team. He stacked it in Miami. He stacked it in Cleveland. He stacked it in LA. Now he's stacking it in Philly. So that to me, I'm going to still have the same criticism I've always had. He's always stacked his team.
With that being said, Tim Dog, is Charles Barkley right that LeBron has spent most of his career stacking the deck instead of building with one team?
No, because the deck was already stacked when he went to Philly. All he did was just slide his card on in there. So, I mean, players do that. But Kevin Durant did it with Golden State. I mean, players do that. Only thing that I have a problem with Charles Barkley with that is that, to me, he's taking it personally because, you know, he never went to a stacked team.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
No, I'm just saying. I'm being facetious only because he didn't win.
Yeah.
So, and especially when he was with Phoenix. So, I mean, to me, he's just throwing in his own personal, grievances in there because you know something didn't happen for him. But that's not his fault.
Yeah, well,
it's not like he's saying I won't go unless you get these players on the team. No.
Yeah, because you brought up a good point. Because and Pharaoh, I'm gonna get your thoughts on this as well. Because of the fact that when Charles played for Philly, he wanted to get up out of Philly to go to Phoenix, and when he went to Phoenix, I think Phoenix won close to 60 games that year. So it wasn't like he was going to a team with a bunch of slouches. He went to a team with Marley. What's my man, the guard? Kevin Johnson. So he went to a team that had a winning
record. He won MVP that year, didn't he?
He won MVP. Yeah, and also
that's why Jordan took it personal.
And also the coach for the Phoenix Suns that year. The year before that, he was the coach of the year. That's right. But the one thing that LeBron that I think that he doesn't get credit for, he plays his contract out. He never say, hey, trade me during the season. He waits till his contract up, then make his move. So, Pharaoh, is it a fair point that Charles Barkley saying that LeBron spent most of his career stacking the deck instead of building with one team?
I would say this. I'm gonna use Michael Jordan as an example here, because when Jordan came in, he came into a bunch of goddamn alcoholics. Then they end up getting Jerry Krause eventually. who stacked the team, and that's how Jordan got to where he was. You get so so the GMs get the praise for doing that, whereas when a player does it, it seems like he's stacking the team. And to Charles Barkley, for what he's saying is, you fell in right where you needed to be in Philadelphia. I mean, in Phoenix. Then he tried to take his ass to Houston to do the same shit.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but then he'll bring up, but we was over the hill. I was done. I was
right. Yeah.
You the one weak. You should have
That's his
retired.
favorite go-to. That's his favorite go-to. But at the same time, you wasn't doing. Nobody was taking care of their body like LeBron James has done over these times. You know, they said he was doing that in high school. The man has continued to do it up until today. So I applaud him for that, because most people his age, man, we're already at the golf course 24/7.
And Farrell, you brought it up. Farrell, you brought it up. I want you to expound a little bit more if you can, because that was my next question for you. Why is LeBron criticized for recruiting stars when NBA front office have always tried to create super teams?
Man, how you be in my head, man?
Yeah, hey, dog. Great minds think alike. Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's a person outside of the players that's getting the players together, instead of a player having the say it all, the power over the GMs to get the players there. That because if he was a Jerry West, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
we'd be like, hey, we're applauding him for what he's doing, but because it's a player that's doing it, then because it's the new way we're looking at things, the free agency has allowed people to make these moves.
Yeah.
Then of course people are going to say stuff about it. Now, we all give LeBron James hell and everything, but I promise you this, ain't one of us here that would give anything up to not be him and in his place so we can have the opportunity that he has.
Yeah, and that's another thing. He has empowered the players to make the move, especially if you are a great player. You know,
right. So he's the same thing as the only thing that we knock on him is you never did the slam dunk contest.
That's true.
Right. That's the only knock that I really have on this dude. It was because
and another great point that you brought up, Isaiah Thomas even said, he said back in their time that they played, they couldn't ask for a trade. Or
that's right,
because it was up to the owners. Hey, I'm going to trade you.
That's
you
right.
find out you got traded when you come to practice, or you look at the news and damn, I've been traded. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that. You didn't have that leeway to to do what LeBron and these players are doing right now. With that being said, Tim Dog and Farrell, I want you to answer this question as well. Does LeBron join another team talent roster hurt his argument in the GOAT debate against Michael Jordan?
No. The only thing that would hurt him in the debate is if each team he went to, he didn't contribute to the team or his stats got worse. I mean, a person his age, everyone's saying, oh, he needs to retire, he's too old. But my argument is you have younger players who can't even do half of what he's doing. So what do? Get rid of him because they not producing? Or you get rid of LeBron for being too old?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. What about you, Farrell?
The GOAT status is
that's
it's up to
I was about to say it's up to the person to who they think the GOAT is. Because we already said in our mind who we think the GOAT, because that's what we seen them play.
That's right.
You go one way, you go the other way. And I think we said this before.
Yeah.
I think that when we see older players go to a different team and they're trying to win a championship, but they already solidified their status. For us, we already said that's a great player. Like we don't hold the Wizard years against Jordan. We don't.
No.
Because we don't see Jordan at the highest. He did his greatness at the highest. You know, he was just an older man that still can ball better than some of these younger kids. So that's how I look at it, Farrell. What about you?
Yeah. It's the same way. It's the same way. And that's what I mean by GOAT status. It's going to be in the eye of the beholder. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to look at some people, they're going to be like Steph Curry's the GOAT for simply, the way that he played the game. It's just, depends on who's what. And I even talked to somebody at the job. I was like, they were like, why did he go to Golden State? I said, because he has 4 championships and so does Steph Curry. Why would I go to a team to where if I win, he wins, and now we're at 5 together.
Yeah.
Right. Like to me, that takes away from my legacy. So I don't want to go to help somebody else, another all-star, who has the most 3-point shots of all time. I might have the most scoring points, but he has the most 3-point shots. And now we got a championship together. Yeah, it'd be cool, but it's like a co-championship. Fuck that. I'm trying to get my own.
And that takes us into our week's discussion. Farrell, you brought up a great question because my man Wimby basically said the same thing that you said because of what Charles Barkley basically saying that LeBron James wanted to go to a stacked team. So listen to what Wimby had to say.
Well, Charles very clearly was speaking as a Hall of Famer, top 75 player. He's talking about what his and his peers' viewpoints are. And I can't speak to that. That's what Charles is saying he views it as. I would just say, absolutely, the team in Miami was stacked. And absolutely, Bosh, and Wade came together to stack it. The following free agencies, I'm not sure that's true. He came to Cleveland. They hadn't made the playoffs in 4 years. They did the Love trade. Kevin Love had no history of any success in the playoffs. If you want to call that a stacked team, I guess, but like from stacked says who? Then he goes to Los Angeles. The Lakers had missed the playoffs for 5 years. The team had nothing on it. They missed the playoffs the first year. They had to dump the roster and totally redo it and then get Anthony Davis. In this situation, if he didn't go to Philly, like where did Charles or the Legends want him to go? Did they want him to go to the G League? Because if he went to Cleveland, is that team stacked? Is Miami with Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo, is that team stacked? Jokic and Jamal Murray, is that team stacked? Ant Edwards, Rudy Gobert? I don't know. He left Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Is that not it? I don't understand the premise of the of the complaint.
And that is exactly well said. But that being said, coming to you first, Tim Dawg. Why do so many retired players criticize LeBron for stacking teams when previous generation also had championship roster filled with Hall of Fame talent?
Because LeBron still has the same talent at the age that he is now. So it's more or less a jealousy thing. Well, he don't have to play that long. He's too old to be playing. What you mean too old? He's still scoring, leading the team in assists and points. I mean, to me, it's just criticism, personal criticism because they didn't do it or their career wasn't as lucrative as LeBron's. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense because every player wants to go to a team that has good players on it so they can win a championship. So
yeah, that is true. With that being said, Farrell, Tim Dawg brought it up. He said it might be jealousy. Is it the real issue that LeBron John talent players or that he took control of his own career instead of allowing owners and general managers to control it?
Hey.
You muted, Farrell.
Yeah, like we said before, absolutely. He's the first one to do it. And they talk about LeBron ruined the game by doing it. He didn't ruin anything. We were so used to seeing the Bostons get old together, the Cleveland Cavaliers get old together, the Los Angeles Lakers,
get old
like
together.
Kobe played himself out of Los Angeles. It's
a matter of fact,
Dirk Nowitzki with the Dallas Mavericks.
Better yet, when Jordan won his first championship, that roster was a new roster. The oldest person on that roster was Magic Johnson because, like you said, we watch him play with Kareem, we watch him play with Worthy, we watch him play with what's the guard that they had? It'll come to, but they all got old. Brian Scott.
Brian Scott.
We watch them all get old, but you said, he took control of the way that I want to play and do my career. Right,
Plus, and here's another thing. You coming out of high school, you're 3 to 4 years younger than these other guys that we've been watching because they played damn near 3 to 4 years their whole basketball career in college. So we didn't get a chance to see them at that young age and be able to go to the finals in those 7 seasons that he went when he went to the finals. So he had a 4-year jump on them jokers.
Yeah, and then
so we looking at a guy at the very end of his career that actually, if you look at it, he's played 4 years of college basketball. He technically only has 20 years in the NBA if you look at it the college way.
Yeah, and another good thing, I'm glad you brought out, everybody stayed with their teams, but those first, I think LeBron stayed, 7 years, 8 years with
About 8 seasons,
Who was the best player that LeBron James played with those first couple of years?
The fans.
Exactly.
Fucking fans.
And then who wants to go to Cleveland? Who wants to leave?
Nobody. Right. After Doherty, we don't know anything about Cleveland. That Doherty was the last guy I remember.
But that's what I'm saying. Who you going to get to come to Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get a prime Carmelo Anthony or Dwayne Wade to come join you in Cleveland. That shit is.
And then when they changed their colors, that shit was even worse.
Yeah. Coming back to you, Tim Dawg. Do older players judge LeBron by standards they never applied to Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, or other legends who played with multiple stars?
Wow.
Because we don't say that about Magic. Magic went with Kareem. Kareem was the star. And then, of course, they got James Worthy, a first round. And James Worthy, and they won the championship that year. James Worthy was the #1 draft pick. And it went to the Lakers. That's crazy.
Damn ball.
No, but we said it before, where the free agency was different. Players' attitude towards other players were different, because remember back then they were loyal to the rivalry until they went to that team. But and to me, it's just LeBron, like we said, LeBron's doing something that they never did, and he's successful at it. Because remember, before he even touched the NBA basketball, or he practiced anything, they would criticize him for buying a Hummer.
Yeah, well, they was also saying that he's probably the best player. He could probably play right now in the NBA, so he already had that animosity coming into being a high school phenom. And living up to the hype, because I done heard a lot of phenoms coming out of high school and are coming out of college as well, get to the pros, and next thing you know, man, they not even got their league no more. 3 years.
Kwame Brown.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? He's seen players and he lived up to
Kevin
the hype.
Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
He came out of high school.
But he lived up to the hype though. But he wasn't the #1 draft pick. I'm saying being the #1 draft pick, with that pressure on your shoulder to turn a team around, to turn Cleveland into a championship team, or get into the championship the first couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Because like you say, Pharaoh, the last thing you know about Cleveland, Brad Daugherty and and Michael Jordan shooting over Greg Elo. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we knew about Cleveland at that point in time. Pharaoh, I'm gonna let you close it out with this one, right?
Yeah.
When veterans criticize LeBron for building super teams, are they protecting the competitive tradition of basketball, or protecting their own legacies? Well, who they talking about in the GOAT debate, or who they consider to be the GOAT?
Like I said, I didn't see anything. The teams he went to didn't have all-star power.
Yeah.
We only say that about Miami because LeBron, Dwayne Wade had already won a championship, but that team was gone.
Yeah,
that team was gone. Those players were gone by the time LeBron got there. So Dwayne Wade was aging at that time. He was one of the oldest guys there.
And then Miami had been to the playoffs after the championship. When Shaq left 4 years in a row, so there wasn't no playoffs. And like you said, they already said it's supposed to be Carmelo. It's supposed to be Carmelo, Wade, and LeBron's supposed to go to Miami together. But we all know
I ain't know Carmelo was supposed to go.
Oh yeah. Melo took the money. Melo took the money from the Knicks.
Yep, he went to New York. Yeah, he went to New York.
Yeah, he went back home.
But he always wanted to play for New York anyway.
He always wanted to play for New York. Yeah, so Melo took the money. So that's how Bosh got into the mix. Yeah.
No shit.
It's crazy to see those three to play together, though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now it would have been
now,
4.
They could have been 4.
It would have been 4. It would have been 4 and 1-4 if Carmelo went there.
That's what I'm saying now. And all of them was in their prime. And they already have planned it out. They all of them's in their prime. Just think about them playing together. That should be crazy.
Man, that would have been ridiculous.
We still would be talking about him.
We still would be
We
talking
talking
about
about
that
it
right
now. What could have,
And then that
what
we
could have been.
What could have, should have. Hey, man, good
No,
conversation, fellas.
I just think, man, LeBron has gotten a raw deal. We have all given LeBron James, hell because of the way he's played the game. I just think now with that flopping and complaining stuff, don't go out doing that because you got too much star power. You got too much pull. You could be the ambassador of the NBA if you do it. If you did it, we're not going to compare him to Kobe, but if you took a more professional route, you could be the NBA freaking ambassador. People follow you. They know you. The whole world knows you. He just doesn't have that that everybody's used to seeing from our era of watching basketball. And I believe with the social media, it's kind of killed the way, we look at the games and stuff now because everybody's friends dapping it up. And when you get on the court, are you really playing hard?
And another thing, Farrah, I'm glad you brought up, I think the social media aspect, because we only get to see our favorite team like on a Sunday, basketball. We got to see, or, of course, WGN, everybody, you got to see Michael Jordan or WGN when you got cable. But with social media now, we see these people every day. It's not that mystique. Like, Jordan coming to, let's say, Atlanta, he's only coming 3 or 4 times. So,
or the Bobcats.
You know what I'm saying? But now you get to see LeBron on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Shit, you get to see him eat breakfast. You get to see him eat dinner. I'm just saying.
He's on the commercials. He's on the commercials. He got his own podcast. Like, we see him all the damn time.
It's like it's oversaturated when you see your stars now. It's not like it was when we was watching growing up watching E-Love. What's up, E-Love, man? Good day, my brother. And my fellow brothers,
Good
man.
afternoon. Good evening.
Always good conversation for our week sports discussion. Fellas, I promise y'all this is not a LeBron show, but I got to get one more in. And it's one of your favorite, Pharaoh. He's a resident of your home state now. He threw his hat into the ring of who's the GOAT in basketball. And Tim Dog, your favorite as well.
Today, it was announced LeBron James has decided that he wants his next team to be the 76ers. Where do you stand on LeBron versus Michael Jordan as the best ever?
Well, Michael Jordan's a guy that's a friend of mine. Play golf with him. He's a really good guy. And I think LeBron is, maybe he's a racist, but maybe he doesn't like Trump. I don't know. But I only like people that like me. So I would say Michael Jordan all the way.
Farrah, I see you throwing your hands up. So I will give you the first shot at it. Your fellow Floridian by way of New York. What Trump called LeBron maybe a racist, a serious accusation, or simply a personal attack because LeBron has supported his political opponents.
Absolutely. First of all, when you got to say, that's like calling like Michael Jordan, I have black friends. I don't want to hear that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear that.
Pretty much. I go with
I don't want to hear that. And then a black person can't be racist, Trump. It's impossible for us. We're not in that position to do that. And LeBron James, you're going to talk bad about him because it's just like when I found out Charlie Sheen couldn't stand him. I thought that was very, intriguing for a second there. Yeah. But LeBron James ain't got to like you for you to say he's not the GOAT. LeBron James don't know me. So that's a personal attack by all means.
But say that he might be racist because
that's
crazy. And I know Michael Jordan. I said, "Damn, me."
You know what? I'm gonna tell you what. You know what's racist? His goddamn hair. Them hair plugs. That's goddamn racist. Go do something with that.
Tim Dog, Michael Jordan probably at home like, "Hey, I didn't know me and Trump was friends. Shit, we played golf, but we friends."
Shoot, Michael Jordan on the phone right now. Hey, get a cease and desist off this motherfucker right now.
Gotta do something. But that being said, Tim Dog, why does disagree with Donald Trump politically lead to LeBron's character being questioned instead of his argument being addressed?
Hey,
And he made it about him again.
yeah. So I mean, that's just the way he operates. And I mean,
Yeah.
he's being honest. Hey, if you don't like me, I don't like you. So fuck him.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is
well.
true.
Man,
That is
listen, man,
true.
who wants to sit across the table and listen to a person gloat about themselves the whole damn time?
Yeah.
When you know your hair's about to fly away. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
your
every
skin
time I
falling
see-
off, you got lesions all over the place. You can't remember shit.
Every time I see Donald Trump talking, man, and his hair be talking, I be looking at his hair because like his hair be having a conversation too. The hair like, hey man, hurry get this shit anyway. And you see, I'm about to fly away. With that being said, Pharaoh, I'm coming back to you, Pharaoh. And Tim Dog, I want you to answer this question as well. Okay. Does Trump claim a friendship with Michael Jordan revealed that he accepts black athletes who avoid criticizing him, but attack those who speaks out?
No, he only oh, sorry.
No. Whoever wanted.
Pretty much, hey, I mean, his so-called friendship with Michael Jordan, just like Pharaoh said, is like saying, hey, I had black friends. So he's using Michael Jordan's name to plug in a relationship to make him seem cool.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
There, that's 1000% correct. He's plugging them in just like those hair plugs on top of his head.
There you go. No pun intended.
Yeah, listen. The only reason he said that was because Michael Jordan stated that one time Republicans like Jordans too. That's the only reason he said that dumb shit. But we also know, Jordan is Jordan, and he's other than the 3 free health clinics that he's built,
You never heard about him politicizing, getting the political
And there it is.
like LeBron James. You never know. Like you say, he said Republicans buy Jordans too, but you never hear him say anything about the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. Independents. He keeps his political views to himself.
That's
so
right.
of course, like you say, with LeBron James basically said that I wouldn't meet Trump. He went out and he for Hillary and for Kamala. And of course, he said he will sit down and talk to Barack Obama. But but like Trump say, hey, Trump will be Trump. If you like me, I like you. But if you don't like me, hey, the hell with you. Exactly. And that's what Donald Trump is doing right now. Fellas, man, I don't have a video, but the WNBA All-Star game went down. Pharaoh, we have to talk about it. Because I told Shada, I did talk to Shada. Shada, get healthy, man. I talked to Shada. He's doing well.
He was sending texts throughout the show. Did y'all see him?
Then. No, I don't see him, man, because I take my phone, but try to get well soon.
Well, he better be lucky.
But then the WNBA All-Star went down this weekend, and it was pretty interesting if you watch. But with that being said, then Miss Jones, near triple-double, proved the established veterans still deserve more attention, even while Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese dominate the headlines. Pharaoh, what you say about that?
First of all, that game was atrocious. And for them to play the way they did, I understand you all-stars, but you're still trying to get a brand across. I think you should have put in a little bit more effort. It's not like the male NBA where everybody goes to.
Hey, Pharaoh, hold that thought. Tim Dog, I want you to answer this question because Pharaoh already on to my next question. So, Pharaoh, here's your question. Should the WNBA change the All-Star game format to make players compete harder, such as adding conference prize money, or playoff advantages? There you go, Pharaoh. Since you want to answer this question, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm answering the question because listen, man.
He always does it.
I can't help it because it's all of it goes together in my head when we talk about WNBA.
No. But what I'm saying is that
ain't nothing wrong with it.
You're on the right track. And since you brought it up, I'm ready to get this question out now because you're totally right. Should they do something like this to make it more competitive?
Absolutely.
Because you're trying to build the brand even more.
Absolutely, because they already have problems trying to fill the seats, the stands and stuff. But you out there blowing layups, wide open layups without playing defense. That's sad. You're 7 foot tall. Lay the damn ball in the goddamn rim if you can't dunk the ball. You're professionals. I just they don't have their WNBA All-Star game is not like the men's. It doesn't draw the crowd. You know, I applaud President Obama for having practice in his building. That was pretty tight, you know, and he got a lot of that hearsay out, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, with the Caitlin Clark and the Wilson and stuff. I mean, Angel Reese. And I say, we as older, I guess you could say the older fans is what pushing the pressure on these younger players.
Yeah.
You're not letting them play ball to where they have to go do what, you know, what the question was that you had earlier about the you know, the difference between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. We don't know their personal lives, so stop making it about them. You putting them against each other because that's what you want, because that's what the scope of the United States is right now, black against white again. You know, and I'm tired of hearing that crap. Just let the ladies play basketball. If you're not going to help them move forward, this is something here that can make the game a little bit better. But yet and still, it's basketball. Like I don't know what to do with it. I really don't.
Yeah, Tim Dog, your thoughts, man. You know, like you say, with the young lady almost had a triple-double. She's a seasoned veteran, but still, we're still talking about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And like Pharaoh said, you also got a bunch of other young stars, but the veterans are the ones that made the league to where these younger players can actually shine now. So should they still be, you know, talking about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, or should they be talking about the WNBA as a whole? And like Pharaoh said, to make the game more competitive, just like with the NBA All-Star game, that shit is trash. They need to revamp that shit as well, because I don't want to see no goddamn 200 to 200 score game. I want to see some damn defense as well. I ain't say try to hurt the motherfucker, but at least make it goddamn competitive. You know what I'm saying? And to Pharaoh's point, the league's just starting to get that traction. And if that was your first time watching a WNBA game, which is the All-Star game, you were like, man, I don't want to see that anymore because it was trash. Your thoughts, Tim Dog?
The owners are quickly trying to recoup money invested into the WNBA.
That is true. That is true.
So their mentality is, I'm going to get mine before everyone else gets theirs. And they started with the collective bargaining agreement, paying the players their true value, if not close to it, and with all the different rule changes and everything. So to me, that is another thing that needs to be discussed. You know, the All-Star game. Why is it that we can't have something that resembles at least a competitive NBA game instead of something that looks like the Harlem Globetrotters? And when you take away money that could go to the entertainment part of it, the drawing in, the attraction part of it, that's when people start losing their interest. Just like everyone was saying, why not give some incentive for these players to go out there and do their best, to give their all? I'm not, like you said, not out there to hurt someone, but at least make the game seem better than a staged act.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only way you can do that is you have to invest more into the product. And these owners, they just want, you know, their part of the spoils now instead of waiting for it later.
And you brought up a great point. And now the WNBA is, you know, it's more watchable than it used to be. You know, yeah, I used to catch some games, but I find myself watching more of the games now because of some of the great players like A'ja Wilson, you know, who's the best player to me in the WNBA. You know
by far.
Of course, you know, you got to watch Caitlin Clark, who's a turnover machine herself, so I can see what all the hype is about. And Angel Reese, like Pharaoh say, missing wide open layups. I'm like, God damn, make a goddamn layup. You know what I'm saying? But you want to see those great veterans, especially, you know, you had the young superstar, but Miss Fudge, she won the 3-point contest. You saw the young lady, the second young lady to dunk in the All-Star game. So, you know, you want to see things like that. That being said, Pharaoh, was the 2026 All-Star game a sign that the WNBA is becoming a major mainstream sport attraction, or is most of the attention still centered on only a few popular names? Bro, man, you keep muting yourself.
I don't know how that's happening, man. I don't know how that's happening.
Man,
I would
you
say
don't want to see you
the first
crunching.
part of the question, it's becoming a major mainstream because they had a record crowd of almost 20,000 at the United Center.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so that's a good sign. I would say what would have drew more to the game if the NBA players would have been there supporting them.
Yes.
Like how they bring the WNBA into the men's. You know, they do the men and women's 3-point and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think if they would have had the males participate along with them in the NBA, I mean, with the All-Star weekend, I believe it probably would have been more than we expected. They probably would have filled the arena because you had the males there. And now they got to see the women because this is their stage. I will say this, though. For them to criticize the WNBA for not wearing that 250-year patch, that would have been something that would have made it a political entertainment. So they wanted people, of course, you know, you're looking at the comments, and of course, you know who it is that's making these accusations that because of the black players, they're not going to wear this patch. No, people need to understand that the WNBA is an entertainment. It's there for entertainment. It's not there for your political prowess. Yeah. And with that being said, it wasn't about the 250 years of the United States because the NBA ain't been around 250 fucking years. Yeah, so why are you wearing a patch that says 250?
No, because I think the WNBA, I think this is what the 26th year. I think they just celebrated.
Yeah, so let's wear a 26-year patch.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Tough dog, man. What you gotta say about it?
It's just people trying to. It just goes with the political environment that we have, man. Yeah, I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
4 years ago, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have this discussion. But now all of a sudden, we have a clown in the office. Everything got to be politicized and broadcast that if you don't do this, you're not American. What the hell? Who's deciding that what we do is not American? First,
well, what about the conversation Caitlin Clark said she had with President Obama?
Barack Obama.
And she said he gave me some good advice. And they could not handle that. They could not handle a black man giving a white woman, a young white woman, some good advice. Come on, guys.
Yeah, because
and you gotta blame that on Felon 47. Everything now is separated. It's not us together. It's either black and white, green or blue. It's nothing together. And with this division, he's trying to put it in everything he touches. And it's just sad.
And the sad part about it is that, well, to me, when Barack Obama did talk to Caitlin Clark, he talked to her about basketball and basically, hey, you're a great player. Don't let none of this other nonsense get you down. You know, don't let it take your fun away. And why would you get upset about that? That I understand.
Had nothing to do with politics.
Exactly. So, Farrah, I totally agree with you on that one. And talking about politics, well, he's not talking about politics, but one of his players was talking about politics. But for some reason, I didn't find out that he was in a car accident until the other goddamn day. What about you guys?
San Francisco 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan is on the road to recovery. The football organization announces Kyle suffered non-life-threatening injuries following a car accident during the NFL summer break. The team announces the update in a July 25th statement to their social media accounts, writing, Coach Shanahan will participate in team activities on a limited basis at the start of training camp while he recovers. According to multiple outlets, citing sources close to the situation, Kyle crashed into an SUV near his home in Northern California on July 14th. The 46-year-old reportedly suffered a concussion, a broken nose and hand, along with multiple broken ribs, and required about 40 stitches to his face.
But that being said, you heard what he said. The accident happened on July the 15th. I think that's what he said. But the NFL was quiet with that, Tim Dahl.
Yeah.
Why was the NFL so quiet about Kyle Shanahan's serious accident when the league usually responds quickly whenever a player or coach is involved in controversy?
They trying to hide something. DUI, under the influence. What is that other one? It's not DUI now. It's OUI.
Can I say this, Tim Dog? Can I say that he did come out and say that he caused the accident and he was trying to retrieve his phone that he dropped? So
Right.
okay, go ahead, Tim Dahl.
No, I was just saying I don't know the reason why, but
Okay.
I mean, obviously it was something that he probably caused, or else it would come straight on out. And you know, if it's something that was serious enough, like they always do, like you said, with all the other players, you know, and especially old boy in Miami when he got pulled over for a ticket. Come on now, a ticket.
Yeah, and that's right before the game, though. That, you know, of course.
Yeah, true that. But
that's right for the game. But
I
you
mean,
make a great point. You make a great point because of the fact that when things happen with athletes or whatever, or some of these coaches, man, boom, they in the accident, you hear something about it. But on this one, it was quiet. Farrell, was the NFL silence meant to protect one of its most respected coaches? And would the reaction have been different if a player had caused the accident?
Well, you know, nepotism has its place in the NFL.
The Shanahans.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I read what they say. You know, he basically cell phone slid off his lap. He retrieved it, oncoming traffic. He had a head-on collision with a 21-year-old woman that was driving a Tesla. And with that being said, yeah, it's Kyle Shanahan, and it's one of the high-level teams. So we got to be hush-hush. You know, I don't know what else to say. But like I said, it didn't say the time of day. I couldn't read what time of day it was.
Yeah, it didn't say what time of day either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't see it what time of day. And then I'm like thinking, you know, what the hell are you doing driving by yourself and having a phone? Why you on your phone?
Yeah.
See, it's something weird about this.
Yeah, it's
if that's gonna be your excuse, the phone fell off my lap.
Yeah.
What was her name?
That's pretty sorry. I can come up with better lies than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then the fact that they take so long to put it out, it's just kind of crazy. And Farrell, you brought it up, Tim Dahl. He said Kyle Shanahan admitted the crash happened because he looked down to retrieve his dropped phone. Should the NFL use this accident to send a strong message about distracted driving?
No, because this is something that's probably just made up to protect Coach Shanahan. And to me, the whole situation stinks. It wasn't with the fanfare of him. If he was a player, it didn't have the fanfare of Tiger Woods or anything. Maybe Shanahan called the president. Who knows? I got the president on the phone. So
yeah, it's just one of the situations that you like, damn. Like I say, happened on July the 15th, and we damn near July the 30th. We damn near, you know, into another damn month, and just breaking that out. Farrell, did Shanahan earn respect by publicly accepting full responsibility, especially after the incorrect report initially blamed the other driver?
Well, it happened at 6:12 p.m. on that afternoon of July 14th.
Look at that.
Yeah. But with that being said, did it public? No, because hell, how many times have it, you know, Tiger Woods has made some public after what he done did, he done made some public apologies, and guess what? You still keep doing it. So you know, to me, he's a well more prominent you know, sports idol than Kyle Shanahan would ever be. So nah, that's just like Tim Dahl said. I smell something.
Yeah. And Shot is talking about they protecting the shield.
Yeah, they protecting the shield. With that being said, fellas, man, talking about protecting the shield, and Farrell, you brought it up. You say how many weeks? 24 weeks without football?
24 weeks, 3 days.
3 days. And Tim Dahl, you even said that, hey, what started early? What started this week?
Practice. Team practice.
Practice started this week.
Yeah.
And already 2 players are on the goddamn shelf. Not on the shelf, but they're already starting out hurt. And we have to talk about these motherfuckers. Oh, yeah.
We just saw this tweet. Graziano, you were the one talking about it. Shefty just posted. I'm just going to read it verbatim. With Atlanta quarterback Tua Tagovailoa dealing with a tight back and Michael Penix still not practicing due to a knee, The Falcons are signing veteran quarterback Cooper Rush, per sources. So I think we had a suspicion, Dan.
That's some Week 9 stuff right there.
I was going to say.
First day of camp.
If you're betting on Tua and Penix, you're running some risk.
He's running some goddamn risk. With that being said, Pharaoh, with both Tua and Penix already injured, which quarterback can the Falcons realistically trust to stay healthy for an entire season?
Hey man, they might want to go back and do what that guy did on the championship with Madden, where he used all the money to get a kicker to be the quarterback and just a bunch of linemen and just run the ball. That's the best thing they're gonna be able to do, man.
Look at Joe. Matt Ryan done lost his mind. Look at Joe. That's your team right there.
Hey, that's the only thing that's gonna save it, man. You might want to take a page out of the Madden championship players operating room because man, they are in trouble.
Tim Dog, what you got to say, man?
Hey, wait. All they got to do is go get with what's my boy with Cleveland right now? Deshaun Watson.
I said what?
Deshaun
Watson.
Watson.
Get Deshaun Watson. He got the massage therapy numbers.
Yeah, what you got to say about
it? But in Atlanta, check the Adam's apple.
Yeah, you check the Adam's apple. It's like, what you got to say, Tim Dog? About already, both of them are basically, they're not on the PUP list, but it doesn't look good starting out.
Goodness.
So how much faith should the Atlanta Falcons put into these two, potentially one of them going to be their starting quarterback? Your thoughts?
Well, too bad they can't get Wacko Flacco because he jumps on all the teams that need the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Flacco,
I don't know what to do, man. They're both left-handed.
Yeah.
They're both injury prone. One is concussion protocol.
Well, the Ravens released their quarterback. That was a runner.
Don Diego.
Yeah.
No. What's his name?
Tyler Huntley.
No. The one that just the dude just
Diego, the one that was talking shit when the Heisman.
Yeah, nobody want to see that dumbass.
But I'm just saying, Tim. They released him, but they went and got what's we call it. But that being said, Tim Dog, should the Falcons prioritize talent or durability when deciding between two quarterbacks who have already have major injury concerns?
Ooh, shit.
Man, that's
durability. Durability. How about that?
That's why they got rid of. He talking about Tua.
Tua.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of him. Yeah. So what you had to say about it? Which one you gonna do, Tim? Durability or accountability?
Simeon.
Oh man,
had
to be durability. To be durability because talent. Wow, durability.
Yeah, let Pharaoh say, hey, get a bunch of linemen and let the championship deal to Manny. Just get the kicker.
Tell you what, boy, if they're gonna do that, they might as well pick up another running back because they're gonna be doing a lot of running plays. So,
man, you know what?
That's a great play. But Joe brought it up, Pharaoh, and you laughed about it.
Yeah.
Could Cooper Rush unexpectedly enter the starting conversation if Tua injury lingers and Penix recovery takes longer than expected?
Hey.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I mean, who else you have besides the kicker? You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, hey, I'm gonna tell you now.
Wow.
I don't know what is going on with Atlanta. They already couldn't fill the doggone stadium when I went to watch. There was more Washington fans than Falcons fans. So, and Washington wasn't even doing that game. So,
yeah,
they're not gonna have a team base. I mean, a fan base that keep going this route.
They got a good core. And they got a good core. They got a decent team, man. Atlanta is on up and coming. It's just the fact that Penix was playing lights out till he got hurt. Yeah. And then, of course, like brother-in-law said, we got Tua coming in that's injury prone. And of course, we know once you've been injured, you're susceptible to be injured again, especially
with concussions.
Especially with concussion, especially if you're one of these young running quarterbacks. Penix doesn't run like the other quarterbacks, but he will get out the pocket and scramble. So he put himself at risk of being hurt as well. Tim Dog, could you see Cooper Rush unexpectedly enter the starting conversation if Tua injury lingers and Penny's recovery takes longer than expected?
Hell yeah, Cooper Rush or somebody else.
Isn't he redheaded too?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
he was up there at Dallas for a long, long time. So.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know him was because of he was taking
Dallas.
Dak when he was out.
Yeah. And then he finally broke the curse of the Red Hill quarterback.
Yeah.
While him winning the Super Bowl last
Sam
year.
Darnold.
Oh yeah, Sam Darnold.
Yeah. But he's gone. He's gone.
You know what though? I would say to get off of the Falcons for a second, that was well deserved for Sam Darnold for the simple fact that the team that he led 15-2 to the playoffs and lost in the playoffs, and then you want to get rid of him for some bullshit that you got going on now. Now you have bobblehead where you could have had him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you had one of the best. You won 9 games with some bullshit quarterbacks last year. Think about if you would have kept Sam Darnold, you got another double-digit win season, probably going to the Super Bowl because the defense was lights out. They had a top 5 defense.
Yeah,
but you gave him up for that.
Yeah, because you want to see what JJ McCarthy could do. Y'all drafted him. Hey,
I see what he do when fucking Sam Darnold get hurt. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Exactly.
Dude, Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson out there. I didn't know that.
Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson where?
Well, free agent quarterbacks that are available.
No, Russell Wilson is retired. He's a newscaster now for CBS. I think.
Yeah, CBS. I know he's, but
Russell Wilson ain't coming back. No, yeah, Russell did. Russell did.
He does.
He tried to make more babies with Sierra. And speaking about
keep her in the house.
Speaking about somebody saying that they're done, your boy. Aaron Rodgers said this is his last year.
Let's go to Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers reporting the Steelers training camp yesterday to begin his 22nd season. The future Hall of Famer reunited, as you know, with his former coach Mike McCarthy. But he confirmed with reporters yesterday that this year will definitively be his last.
I thought last year might be it. And then Mike got hired and I talked to the wife and she said, you can do one more year.
We just talked to DK earlier, and he said, well, saying it's the last year might just be something guys say. Maybe you don't get hit this year, you want to come back another year. Do you think you'll have any kind of debate or?
No, zero debate.
Tim Dahl, will announcing his retirement before the season motivate the Steelers to make one final Super Bowl run or create unnecessary pressure around the team?
Yeah, that's just unnecessary pressure. He announcing he's going to retire, so obviously, he's going to go out there and probably do his best and start forcing shit, which means that Pittsburgh's going to be at the bottom of the AFC East. So, AFC North. So it's just Aaron Rodgers being arrogant and, overconfident, and ain't shit going to happen for him. Nah, he's going to end the season on the losing end. Watch.
Yeah, on the losing end. I believe that's going to happen as well. That being said, Farrell, if Rodgers struggles this season, should Pittsburgh remain committed to him out of respect for his career or make a quarterback change?
Well, Shada said that his last year was 10 years ago. So,
yep. He sure did.
I'm like, damn. I don't really see him struggling. I think, well, you know what? I forgot. Mike Tomlin's not there.
No, Mike Tomlin. It's got Dallas old his old head coach from the Packers.
Oh man, let me think. Yeah, they're pretty much done. They ain't going nowhere.
Okay, all right then.
Yeah,
so you think he struggled? This is
why he said this is last year, because Mike, because Mike Tomlin not there, so he know this is best. He's like, I'm reunited with Mike McCarthy. He left Mike McCarthy, did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think that if he struggled, should they pull him or just let him play the season out?
They can't recover, so yeah, let him play.
Okay, then. That being said,
like Tim Dahl said, they're gonna be goddamn Cleveland Browns of the AFC North. Matter of fact, Cleveland Browns might have a goddamn better team than them this year.
Okay.
Shoot, they in the same division.
That's my point.
Exactly. That being said, Tim Dahl, that Rodgers needs another Super Bowl to strengthen his legacy, or has his career already earned him a place among the greatest quarterbacks ever?
Man, he should have stopped like Shada said 10 years ago. Shoot, if worse come to worse, at least 2 years ago, before he went to Pittsburgh. So, nah, when he was in the Jets, he should have called it quits right after that.
Farrell, I'm gonna let you get in on that one. What you got to say?
I'm disappointed that a person of his caliber didn't make it to the Super Bowl at least 2 more times, because they had opportunity to make it 2 more times when he was with Green Bay, and he squandered that with all that being just relax and all that bullshit. And I think he squandered those years away. We're not going to see him at that level anymore. And if anything, he's basically just holding on to some legacy that he could have been one of the best. Yeah, he has a Hall of Fame career just because his tenure, but he's not on my top 10 of quarterbacks that I'd ever want to start my team. So,
yeah, and the thing we say just like when we talked about LeBron James or all the other greats, they already solidified them being one of the great players at their position, and we look at that. And those last couple of years, the Jet years and the Steeler years, I don't think we can hold that against Aaron Rodgers.
I am.
Well, Tim, you petty like that, but the rest of us, we not gonna hold that against because like you say, Farrell, like you say, Farrell, he should have had more Super Bowls because of the way that he throws the ball, because of his competitiveness, because that he had that chip on his shoulder, playing behind old fuck boy that cheated those people out of goddamn money down there in Mississippi. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
bitch ass Favre.
Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? So he had that chip on his shoulder. And what happened? They did the same thing to him that he did the same thing to Kevin Love that Brett Favre did to him.
Brett did to him.
You see what I'm saying? And went to the same team as Brett Favre and stuck it up as well. So great point, fellas. Last one. Tim Dog and Farrell, let me get y'all to partake of this last question. Knowing this is his final year, will fans remember Rodgers more for his extraordinary talent or for the controversy, like Farrell just said, and the drama that followed him throughout his career?
I'm going to say both, only because when Aaron Rodgers was at his best, he was unstoppable, even though, I mean, he MVP, NFL MVP player, he was good. The one thing that made him not good was his attitude, not just towards the game, but towards everyone who disagreed with him. He's almost like Felon 47, this narcissist who thinks that he's the best thing in football and he knows what's best for the team and the players. And that's what's going to really mess up his legacy, the arrogance, him thinking that he is better than everyone else, and then portraying it and all the shit that he presented to the Green Bay Packers before they left, holding them hostage. I'm going to say when they got Jordan Love and not really helping the young man out just because someone shitted on him. He feels though he can shit on the next person who was done to him. And to me, it's going to be a little bit of both. Yeah, he was good. He can throw the hell out of that ball, but his attitude stunk up, everything that people probably thought of. At least I'm thinking that. Fuck him.
What you got to say about it, Farrell?
I do know there's only one player that thanks Aaron Rodgers, and that's Marshawn Lynch. So he's always going to have Rodgers back, and
because of what Roger did for him at UCLA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. Not UCLA.
Cal. University of California. Yeah.
California, Berkeley. Yeah.
No, Cal. So California, Berkeley. I thought it was just Cal.
It's California. It's University of California, Berkeley.
It's California, Berkeley.
Okay. Yes, he's right. But with that being said, controversies is going to overshadow him in Green Bay. Everywhere else is just him playing football. Green Bay is where he made his money. This is where he made, he made his history, where he made his legacy. Once again, he owns the Chicago Bears. You know what I'm saying? Every time he played them, and once again, you had Chicago. He handled Minnesota. And the damn Detroit Lions could never get a win with them. So
they were glad his ass left the
yeah.
you know,
Those are three teams that was happy that a player is actually gone.
Yeah.
But once again, too, because he didn't make it as far as he should have, that's the issues that we have with Aaron Rodgers. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. The only reason you got that Super Bowl was because of what's his face on defense? Charles Woodson. Let's be honest.
And Reggie White. No, I went back too far. I went back too far. Yeah, I went back too far. I went back to bitch ass Brett Favre. Yeah. I went back too far. I went back too far. My bad, Farrell.
Yeah. But be honest with you, it was Charles Woodson that held that defense together so he could have a potent offense. And if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have that Super Bowl win. Even though Charles Woodson got hurt, Charles Wooden had already had an establishment of the defense, and they knew their game. So all you gotta do is just play your part.
Yeah, and then y'all brought up a great point. I think it's going to be both as well. Starting from when he got drafted. Remember, he's supposed to have been drafted in the first round. Well, drafted up high, but he just slid. I think he slid all the way down to number 24, I think. He was the 24th pick coming out. So you already had that chip on his shoulder. And like you said, Tim Dahl, he always think that he's the smartest person in the room. You know, what he did, he went and lived in a cave for a month or 3 months or some shit like that. With no lights and no nothing, just sitting in darkness. And then he lied about the COVID thing. You know, all this stuff coordinate to him being one of the most polarizing quarterbacks in the league. And like you said, one of the most talented as well.
Now, and he never graduated college. That's a fun fact for him.
And for me, the best thing he ever did was to beat the Dallas Cowboys when a fumble wasn't when a catch was a fumble. And I'm talking about my man, number 88, not the new 88, the old 88.
That's right.
When they stretch out the ball and they call it a fumble.
That's right.
So I'm always going to be happy for him for that. So anytime I get a chance to kick a Cowboy fan, y'all know I'm going to do it.
That's right. Kick you when you down.
I totally agree with y'all, man.
That was too easy.
Hoping this would be his last year. I want to have a successful last year. I just want to see how him and the head coach going to go together, even though they didn't leave on good terms when he left Green Bay. So I want to see that animosity going to arise when he stopped playing bad and the coach has to pull him out the game. Will he help the next quarterback to achieve, or will he still be smug? What you got to say, Farrell?
Fuck that. They got rid of Mike Tomlin. I need them to be who they're going to be, which is worse than Cleveland Browns.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Good conversation like always, brothers. Good conversation as always. Well, before we go to Farrell King, week trivia question, in case you've missed it.
Say it, Hunt. Fuck, I told you to snap it right. Scoop. Get out the way, Hope. This is my shit. This is my touchdown. The snap weak as hell. Look at the QB. Scoop. Cussed. I don't give a damn. No, this is my TD. This is my time. This is my time to shine. Give me that touchdown.
There you go, Farrell.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, that's the new Cam Newton.
Get your ass
What's that?
And there it
ran up, move on.
And there you go.
Was that the water boy he ran over?
Yeah. So that just goes to show you, man, that even the kids today, like they complain and like there's no hope for these players. Some of them.
Yeah, but
like he's a diva already, and he's bad because somebody hiked the ball wrong.
That's right. Well, little man wasn't bad because he got up to TD and he ran somebody over.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you sure did.
That's right. In case you missed it. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for my main man, Farrell King, with his trivia question of the week. Bro King, what you got for us this week, my brother?
Hey, we was talking about Super Bowls and Super Bowls and Super Bowls. Here's y'all's question. Which coach reached the most Super Bowls with that season's MVP on his team?
Belichick.
Now, my answer was Marv Levy.
Yeah, that's me. Belichick. Belichick went 9.
I'll say Belichick. Joe Gibbs. That's what Shada said. I thought about Joe Gibbs.
I want to say Belichick, but I'm gonna go with Chuck Noll.
Ooh.
Joe say Dan
Reeves.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or it could be oh man, what's my coach the Cowboys with the hat? Oh, what a hat, man.
About, Tom Landry.
Tom Landry, yeah. But I'm gonna stay with Chuck Noll, man. Shit.
So Joe got Dan Reeves. That's a good one.
Yeah. What's the
y'all
answer?
ready?
Yeah, what's the
y'all
answer?
ready?
Yeah, I'm saying
when I give y'all this answer,
you better not
say
say
tap yourself. So
you
here you
better
go.
not say
Mike Holbrook. Ain't that a bit? Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Who?
96, 97 was Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. Yeah.
2005 was Sean Alexander.
Oh yeah, with
He
Seattle.
Seattle.
With Seattle. Goddamn, Mike Holmgren. I would never thought of Mike.
I forgot he played for he coached Seattle too.
Seattle,
That's right. I did too.
Yeah.
When I said that, I was like, man, that is right. So what you guys saying that when you said Bill Belichick, Tom Brady only had 3 MVPs.
Okay.
Hey, Joe Gibbs, even though he went, he didn't have MVPs when he went to the Super Bowls. And then when I picked Marv Levy, only Thurman Thomas had got an MVP out of those 4 Super Bowls. That's what's crazy. So, yeah, that's unfortunate.
But Chuck Nolan had nobody. Shit, I know Chuck Nolan had to have somebody. Goddamn.
Nope.
The great players he had on that goddamn.
Well, he had one. No, he had one. But I'm saying this guy had 3.
He won the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, goddamn, they had so many goddamn Super Bowl beat MVP talent on that goddamn team. Shit. Mike Webster, what's the man that just passed? Mean Joe Green. Lynn Swan.
Never won one.
No, those are all-star players. They're not MVPs.
I'm just saying that MVP talent. I'm talking about them Thank you for that, Pharaoh King. But just what? Trivia question of the week. Before we go, I'd like to give you something to think about or something funny. Tim Dog, what you got for the people, my brother, before we close the show out? And make sure you drop your social media so the people can follow you as well, my brother.
You can follow me Instagram, Father's Love 99. It's about me, my son, and my grandson. But what I want to discuss today is something that I've noticed since I've been here in Baltimore. And it's the way that the generations treat other generations. We know that there are hard times in most major cities with crime and poverty and everything. But when it comes to respecting your elders, respecting those who are handicapped, respecting those who can't do anything for themselves, it seems to be a lost art, something that people just don't even think about anymore. I watched a young man cuss out this old lady just because she was old. And to me, growing up, you always respect the elderly. You always respect those who can't do for themselves. And I don't know when all this changed, but it's just really disheartening knowing that our future generations are out here, just doing bad shit to people. But when they get old and shit be done to them, how would they feel then? And to me, it just starts with family, starts with values. It starts with, teaching your kids that you just need to be respectful for those who can't do for themselves. And to me, that is the problem with society today. It's so easy to demonize someone than to bring them up. That's why I always smile. I'm always trying to make people laugh. Even if they don't, I tell them, hey, have a great day. Just please be respectful for the elderly. Be respectful for those who can't do themselves, because one day that could be you, and how you want to be treated should be the same way that you treat someone else. Tim Dog, I'm out.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. And Tim Dog, understand what you're saying. I take my fuck you, old man, Tim Dog back. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. What you got for the people before we go, my brother?
Respect your elders, motherfucker. There you go.
And make sure you shout out your social media as well so the people can follow you, my brother.
All right. So Pharaoh _71 IG, King Ryan Facebook. I had a little quote from our late great Malcolm X. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you guys heard this one before, but I thought it was due to some of the black voters and supporters of people that that's not healthy toward them. It said a people trained to admire their chains will defend their captors. And I think that's pretty prominent in a lot of the support that we have going on in the climate of today and what's coming up here in the midterms. Hey man, y'all get your ass out there and vote.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
And know what you're voting for.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Pharaoh King. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the brothers already said everything I was going to say, so I don't have to say it again. But you can always catch me at the Man on the Street Show on YouTube and also on Facebook. Once again, I want to thank everybody that's been checking my pages out, checking my content out, liking, disliking, commenting, not commenting. But thank you for watching. But you can also catch me at Creative Canvas Expression. That's my AI channel. I tell AI what I want to do. AI does it. I put it up. But now I know you can't copyright AI. I see somebody else shit and I like it. I'm going to steal this shit and put it up on my channel like it's my own. Do all you want. My content is growing. But you also can catch it every Friday night at 2 Cigars and a Blunt. That is the podcast that started all this off. Man, that is our main podcast. We talk about politics, news, and entertainment. But you want to stick around for our after show. We call it Ashed Out. That's when everybody gets the chance to talk about what they want to talk about. Usually we go straight. We'll make a right turn. But like Tim Dog famously said, we make that left, we're going to drive that bitch right off the goddamn cliff. But make sure you come and check us out on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for the Better Than Sex Sports podcast, what you're watching right now. As you can see, we only talk about sports, and we do that very, very well. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King. Week 24 without football.
They say one man's treasure is another. One man's trash is another man's treasure. How do you think somebody feel if they were adopted? Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
Like a treasure.
Tommy Davidson.
Exactly. Like a treasure. And like I always say, ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna go out tonight, you're gonna drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. Make sure you don't drink and drive. Get an Uber. Call a Venmo. I think that's what they call it. They got one in your place or whatever that. Waymo. I say Venmo. Venmo to pay thing in. A Waymo. Call a Waymo. Shit. Call a Waymo to get home. Or better yet, just walk. Do not be a Tiger Woods or a goddamn, what's my man for the Cowboys? Just a Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Hey,
Tony Romo.
Hey, shout out to the woman who set a new world record with a 6.52 centimeter mouth gate because she can fit unusual large objects inside. Shout out to that woman.
Yes.
That's an extreme good feat.
Yes, that's a great.
What the heck?
I'm about to say some shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out. Peace.